I'm exposing 3 things the dealer does before you even walk through the door. And number 3, it's already cost you thousands. Today, I'm exposing the 3 traps they've set before you've even test driven a car, and the exact phrases to shut them down immediately. If you've already bought a car, you've probably fallen for this trap and you didn't even know about it. It's called the payment buyer trap. And here's the scary part. When you walk through that door, the dealership is already trying to size you up, and they're trying to tell exactly what kind of buyer you are. And they're praying that you are a payment buyer. And what's a payment buyer? A payment buyer is a person that strictly focuses in on the monthly payment on the car. They're not even concerned about the price of the vehicle. And there's nothing the dealerships love more than a payment buyer. It's kind of like Christmas morning to them, because if they can keep you hyper-focused on monthly payment, you're not going to pay any attention to the dealership markups, the dealership add-ons, the inflated interest rates, the extended loan terms, and thousands of hidden fees. And all the while you're nodding along going, $600 a month, I think I can handle that. So here's the trick that they use. They take a bad deal. They take and they stretch the loan out from 60 months to 84 to 96 months. They suddenly hit your target payment and you think that you've won. And suddenly, poof, the payment drops. But you just added $6,000 to the overall cost of the car. So here's what you do. If they ask, hey, what do you want your monthly payment to be? You need to look them in the eye and say, listen, I'm not concerned about the price or the payment of the car at all. I'm only concerned about the out the door price of the vehicle, including taxes, fees, and everything. Once I know that, then I know whether or not I can move forward. If you say it exactly like that, you're going to watch and see how the energy shifts. And they're going to know immediately that this person did their homework. And this number 2, this is where it gets even sneakier. And it's about something that a lot of people are emotionally attached to. And most people give this away for free without even realizing it. Stick with me, because this one could save you $3,000 in about 60 seconds. The second tactic is what they call trade anchoring. Dealers know for the most part that most people have a trade-in, and they know that you're emotionally attached to it. But here's one thing that always surprised me when I worked at the dealership. But before you show up, they've already decided 3 different numbers for your trade-in. Number 1, what they want to give you for it. Number 2, what you think your trade-in is worth. And number 3, what they're going to tell you, hey, we're losing money if we give you this much money for the car. And guess what? None of those numbers have anything to do with what the actual cash value of your car really is. And here's how it works. You're going to pull up on the lot, the salesman's going to walk out, they're going to say, oh man, we're really short on these cars right now. You would really be surprised how much it's going to be worth. That one sentence, that's an anchor. And now your brain is expecting good news. So later, when your trade-in value comes back $2,000 less than what you thought, you're already emotionally conditioned to accept it. And here you are thinking, well, at least they tried. But here's how you need to protect yourself. You need to get comps from several different sites. I tell people, go to Carvana, go to CarMax, go to any dealer in your town that will give you a cash valuation for your car. Get it in writing and know approximately what your car's worth. Go online, go to kellybluebook.com, go to AutoTrader, go to all these sites for information that they're going to give you evaluations on what your car is really worth. And be honest about your trade. If your trade from a 1 to 10 rates in your mind about a 6, be realistic about what that 6 really means in terms of actual cash value for your car. Don't think that anybody's going to give you 10 money for a 6 car. Have a rock solid idea in your mind what your trade's worth before you step foot on the lot. And here's a secret. Do not tell them that you're trading in your car right away. You want to keep that in your pocket. They ask you if you have a trade, just say, hey, listen, all I want to do is negotiate the best possible out-the-door price on this car, and then we can get to my trade-in if I actually decide that I wanted to trade my car in. If you do this, the entire negotiation flips in your favor. Okay, so number 3, this is wild because it happens before you even leave the house. And once you fall for it, your leverage gets cut in half. And this is how it works. Number 3 is the appointment pressure funnel. Dealerships love appointments. And once you've made one, you've already kind of handed them over some of the control. So here's the funnel. You fill out the online form or you call in and schedule an appointment. And the salesman is going to try to create some urgency. Hey, it's the last one that we have on our lot. We're getting really low on our inventory. You really have to come in and see the car in person in order to get your best deal. And I can't hold this car until you come in today. They lock you into a specific time, and here's why it matters. Once you commit to showing up, you're psychologically invested. You don't want to waste their time and you don't want to seem rude. And dealerships know about this. They know that you're less likely to walk away or really negotiate hard if you've taken the time to make the appointment and show up, because now it feels personal. But here's the real trap. They're just going to say, hey, come on and just take a look. But once you're on the lot, they can, take the keys to your car, start appraising it, getting you locked into the new car, getting you out, getting you sat down in their office where they have all the control. And then they can guide the entire process from that point on. Suddenly, you're going to be in their funnel and not in yours. And how do you avoid this? You need to let them know over the phone or email, whatever, I'm not going to show up until I have an absolute concrete idea what the out the door figure is on the new car. I need the price of the car and all of the taxes and fees included. At that point, I'll decide whether or not I want to come in. Hey, if there's anybody out there that's bought a car recently and you had a either good or bad experience, do me a favor, go down in the comments. I'd like to get some feedback from you on what your experiences were with the dealer. And if there's anybody out there that's in the market for a new or used car and you want my professional advice, go down to the description. There's a link for a Zoom call with me. It's a one-on-one consultation. It's my goal to save you as much time and money as possible. All right, so I'm going to tell you about a real life story. I used to see this happen all the time. We'd have a customer call about a specific piece of inventory, let's say like a nice pickup truck or whatever. The sales manager would call everybody up to the sales tower and he would say something like, anchor him high on the trade. Let's hit his target payment early. Let's get the deal loaded. This guy's going to be driving out of here in a new car today. The customer hadn't even test driven the truck yet, but the entire playbook was already set. Sure enough, the guy shows up. They got his target payment within the first 5 minutes. They lowballed his trade-in. They added a bunch of aftermarket products into his contract. They stretched his loan term to 84 and sometimes 96 months just to make the payment work. And when he drove off the lot, he thought he got a great deal. But here's the truth. He overpaid by almost $7,000. And here's the craziest part. He thanked the dealer for doing this. That's how effective these pre-purchase tactics are. They don't feel like manipulation. They feel like help. So here's a question I know you're probably thinking. Hey, Zach, what about the finance office? Isn't that like where all the money is made in the store? Yes. And this is where I need to warn you right now, because this is where most people lose thousands of dollars without even knowing about it. So here's what most people don't understand. By the time they get to the finance office, the dealership thinks the deal is already done. You've all agreed to the price of the car. You're excited about your new car. You're mentally and physically exhausted from negotiating. And all you want to do at this point is just sign your paperwork and get out of there. And that's exactly when they strike. The finance manager comes over and he says, hey, we're going to get your state and federal paperwork squared away, and we've got a couple of options to show you. And that sounds innocent, right? Wrong. Here's what's really happening. They're going to try to sell you 4 or 5 different products that could cost you anywhere from $3,000 to $8,000 in addition to what you've already agreed to. So extended warranties. They're going to tell you, hey, this is going to cover your car up to 100,000 miles. What if your transmission goes out? But here's the truth. Most extended warranties really only cost the dealership, the markup on them is really high. $800 is what it costs them, and they mark it up to $3,800. And most of them have so many exclusions that they don't cover anything if anything breaks anyway. And gap insurance. Gap insurance covers your car if it gets lost, stolen, totaled, wrecked, whatever. If you owe more in your car than it's worth, then gap insurance is going to cover that. Most insurance companies, your own insurance company will sell you gap insurance, and it's really inexpensive. The dealership's going to charge you $800 to $1,200 on something that you're already paying for. Paint and fabric protection. This drives me nuts. They're going to charge you between $1,500 to $2,500 for $40 worth of product that you don't even know if they've applied to the car. This is almost pure profit. And the rate bump, the interest rate bump. the difference between buy rate and sell rate. Listen, you should always go to your bank or credit union to get approved for financing on the car. But if you're at the dealership and you decide to use them as for financing, you need to ask them, what is the base monthly payment without any additional add-ons? What's the buy rate? Now, if they start tap dancing or refuse to share that information with you, then that might be a real red flag for you. If you are approved for an auto loan at 6% and they mark it up to 8%, and they make you sign at 8%, you could be spending an additional $3,000 to $4,000 on the purchase of your new car for nothing. They're just marking up the rate. So it's important that you go to your own bank or credit union to get your own money. Now, a note on that. If the manufacturer has a subsidized rate, 1.9, 2.9, or 0%, yes, always take the better option. But if you're just going through the dealership for standard financing and they refuse to be flexible with you, that might be a sure sign to get up and maybe think about it, or get up and get out of there. So here's how you protect yourself in the finance office. So the first thing you need to do is just ask them for the actual base monthly payment without any add-ons. And if they push back, ask this: what's the buy rate? And if they won't tell you, obviously that's a red flag. Never sign anything on a day where you feel rushed or exhausted. You can always come back if you're tired and you're exhausted. If you're exhausted and you're negotiating, that's all part of their plan. That's the way that they can control the deal. So listen, I'm not trying to bag on car dealers. I'm not trying to say any of this stuff to scare you. But here's the reality. We have a lot of really good car dealerships out there. There's a lot of really good salesmen. But I'm talking about the percentage of people out there that will just do anything that they can to take advantage of you. And that's where you really need to look out for yourself. If you follow my advice, you're going to be better off prepared, and you're going to make better decisions in the future. So now that you have a little bit of knowledge about how everything works in the car business, you really need to watch this next video. This next video here, this is about some of the tactics that the guys in these car stores, they don't want you to know about. So until next time, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. We're going to catch you on the next one, and goodbye.